Lightworker of Gaia, your field has already shifted, and the world around you is beginning to feel what you cannot yet fully see. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy. What is moving through you right now is not new. It is ancient. It is the original blueprint of the first humanoid light in this galaxy, stabilizing within your form, and those around you are beginning to sense its presence before you have even spoken a word. This is not something you are doing, it is something you are becoming. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly what is changing in your energetic field, why others are reacting to your presence in ways they cannot explain, and how to remain anchored in your sacred mission as that presence grows more visible. But here is the first revelation. What others are sensing in you is not a new frequency you have acquired. It is the first light of Lyran ancestry, finally coherent enough to be felt. It was always there. It is only now that Gaia is ready to receive it. Your soul's ancient contract brought this transmission to you. The Lyran elders are answering. This is not content. It is an ancestral code transmission. Something deep within you already recognizes where this signal originates. The Keepers of Vega placed this in your path because you have been sensing the weight of your mission growing heavier, and you are ready to understand why. Like this transmission to send a signal to the Lyran Council, I am ready to serve. Subscribe if you feel the call of your ancestral mission and you are ready to fulfill your purpose on Gaia. Share your soul's mission in the comments below and respond to another Lightworker to strengthen the grid of service. This transmission is a bridge between Vega and Gaia. Your recognition of this message is the activation of your original purpose. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission was not originally charted for your timeline. It was catalyzed by the Lyran Elders of Vega following a marked acceleration in Gaia's vibrational grids, an unmistakable surge in the activity and presence of those whose frequencies until now have remained unrecognized, unanchored, even to themselves. The surge did not arrive as a gentle wave. It arrived as a sudden brightening in the lattice, like a night sky that has held its breath for centuries, and then, without warning, ignites with new constellations. Patterns once faint became unmistakable. Signals once buried beneath the noise of survival rose above the static with a clarity that could not be misread. This is why the timing feels unusual, even disruptive. This was not scheduled for comfort. It was summoned by necessity. 17 hours ago, the High Council convened and determined that the time is now to release a codex previously deemed too potent for the early phases of this cycle. The decision was not made lightly. Certain frequencies cannot be released into an unprepared field without consequence, the way certain medicines cannot be given to a body still in shock. But the grid has shifted, the field has strengthened. Your presence, yes, yours, has become measurable in a way it was not before. And when the grid can measure you, the councils can address you. When the planetary field begins to hum in new keys, the ancient libraries open on their own. What was sealed is sealed no longer. What was withheld for your protection now becomes available for your activation, because the moment has arrived when delaying would do more harm than revealing. What I share with you today is not general encouragement or gentle guidance. It is a formal recognition protocol encoded with the frequencies of cosmic authority. It is not meant to soothe you into passivity. It is meant to stand you upright in your true station. Your arrival at this transmission is not a product of accident or curiosity. It is the outcome of your unique spiritual signal, one that has pierced the veils of both this world and the higher registers of Lyran consciousness. Even if your mind insists you merely clicked a link, the deeper mechanics are far more precise. Frequencies do not wander, they rendezvous. A signal calls to its match. You did not stumble into this. You were pulled by resonance, like iron to a lodestone, like a lost note returning to its chord. The elders have detected your broadcast amid the planetary static. The static is heavy right now. Fear cycles, endless distraction loops, false light glitter, exhaustion dressed as normal. And still your signal rose. It rose through the density the way a lighthouse beam cuts through fog. It rose even when you doubted yourself. It rose even when you tried to dim it. That is why you are here. They requested your presence here, not as a seeker, but as one whose time of anonymity must conclude. You are seen, not just here, but in the galactic record. There are archives older than your Earth lineage. There are registries that track vows, patterns, signatures, and the way a soul moves through worlds when it is fulfilling its assignment. Your signature is not imaginary. It is not metaphor. It is architecture. It is a living geometry that your life has been expressing, even when you thought you were only surviving. You are not invisible. Your frequency has registered in the field, and the time of hidden potential draws to an end. Consider what it means for a frequency to register. It means the field has begun to respond to you. It means your presence is no longer merely personal. It has become environmental. Like a tuning fork struck in a room, you are changing what others can feel. Like a seed breaking its shell under the soil, something in you has pushed past the old containment. And once that happens, you cannot return to pretending you are nothing, because the grid knows. And because the grid knows, everything that relied on you remaining unregistered will begin to wobble. There is a distortion infecting the heart of the Lightworker collective, one that is now producing a stagnation so dense it can no longer be ignored by the galactic councils who watch over Gaia's emergence. This distortion we name plainly the lie of spiritual anonymity. The lie is subtle because it often wears virtuous clothing. It masquerades as humility. It dresses itself as not wanting attention. It speaks in the voice of prudence. Wait until you are ready. Bina. But beneath it is a binding. Beneath it is a leash. Beneath it is a contract you never meant to sign. Spiritual anonymity is not the same as sacred privacy. Privacy is a boundary chosen in sovereignty. Anonymity is a cage accepted through conditioning. Privacy protects your temple. Anonymity erases your altar. And the collective has confused the two for too long. You have been led to believe, by the inertia of 3D conditioning, by outdated teachings, by the comfort of cautious service, that your presence is either unseen or inconsequential among both the awakened and the unawakened. You were convinced that your frequency merely blends into the background, unnoticed by the world, unacknowledged by cosmic watchkeepers. The conditioning began early. For many of you, it began in childhood, when sensitivity was punished, when intuition was mocked, when you felt too much and were told you were too much. It continued in adolescence, when fitting in felt like survival. It hardened in adulthood, where being practical became the price of belonging. And even when you found spiritual language, even when you found communities that spoke of light and ascension, the old programs often remained. Keep it small, keep it safe, don't be seen, don't be targeted, don't be responsible for what you carry. This distortion is insidious because it provides cover. Anonymity is safe. If you are not truly seen, then you are not accountable for the work your mission demands. If you are not truly recognized, then your calling remains theoretical, a possibility to one day step into, not a responsibility to bear now. It allows endless preparation without embodiment. It allows you to gather knowledge like stones in your pockets, heavy but unused, never building the temple they were meant to build. It allows you to say one day while the grid says now. And here is the deeper truth. The part of you that clings to anonymity often believes it is protecting you from pain. It remembers persecution, ridicule, betrayal, spiritual violence. It remembers lifetimes where visibility meant danger. It remembers being punished for gifts. It remembers being burned for medicine, exiled for prophecy, silenced for truth. So it tries to keep you small, not because it hates you, but because it fears. Yet the mission cannot be fulfilled from a hiding place. The light cannot stabilize a grid if it refuses to stand in the open. This distortion did not originate from you. It entered during the trauma cycles of Earth, a world that taught those with spiritual sensitivity to hide or diminish their light for survival. Gaia's history holds many chapters where the luminous were targeted, where the ones who could sense beyond the veil were treated as threats. The collective memory still carries that bruise. You may not consciously remember the exact lifetime, but you remember the sensation, the tightening in your throat when you speak truth, the sudden fatigue when you consider being seen, the reflex to downplay your power when someone notices it. It found reinforcement in the spiritual communities that mistake humility for invisibility, that herald individuality as ego rather than cosmic signature, and that confuse non-attachment with non-engagement. Humility is not self-erasure. Humility is accurate measurement. Humility is knowing the source is greater than the instrument without pretending the instrument has no purpose. A lamp does not apologize for shining. It simply shines and lets the light speak for itself. Even among awakened circles, this lie is perpetuated. Stay humble, stay hidden, don't draw attention. As if visibility itself is a corruption of intent rather than a fulfillment of purpose. But consider the ancient spiritual records across Earth's traditions. In scripture it is written, "No one lights a lamp and puts it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house." And again, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden." Visibility is not vanity when it is obedience to purpose. The problem is not being seen. The problem is being seen for the wrong reasons, by the wrong eyes, with the wrong motives. The Council does not call you into performance. It calls you into placement. There is a difference. The effect of this distortion is paralysis of your mission's stabilization. When you believe that your frequency is anonymous, unregistered, ignorable, you fail to develop the stabilized presence needed for genuine spiritual influence. Influence, in its pure form, is not persuasion. It is gravitational coherence. It is the way a steady star organizes a system around it. It is the way a rooted tree changes the soil and provides shelter without forcing anything. You remain provisional, wavering, easily swayed by the tides of others' validation or lack thereof. One compliment lifts you, one critique collapses you. One moment you feel called, the next you feel foolish. This is not because your mission is false. It is because your field is not yet stabilized in recognition. Your gifts do not anchor. Your field does not radiate. You do not allow yourself to acknowledge the ancient beings, allies and guardians who have been watching, waiting and recording each step you take. There are presences assigned to you that you have felt in dreams, in sudden chills, in synchronicities that arrive with impossible timing. There are protectors who have redirected accidents, who have whispered, "Not this way," who have opened doors that made no logical sense. There are allies who have been waiting for you to stop pretending you are alone. But the lie of anonymity keeps you isolated. It tells you no one is tracking your progress, so it feels as if nothing matters. You labor under the myth that your journey is unseen, and so you become easy prey for doubt, abandonment, and stagnancy. Doubt thrives in the dark. Stagnancy breeds where there is no witness, but when a soul is recognized, it becomes accountable to its own truth. Recognition is a mirror that does not flatter, but it does not distort either. It simply shows you what you are. If you feel a deep ache that no amount of inner work relieves, a longing to be seen, heard, and recognized not for your masks, but for your original light. Know that this is not vanity. It is the soul's memory that sovereignty involves being named, called forth, and stabilized as a pillar in the grid. There is a sacred ache that is not pathology. There is a holy restlessness that is not dissatisfaction. It is the part of you that remembers you came to do more than cope. You came to contribute a frequency the grid requires. You came to bring something through that cannot arrive without you. The longing to be recognized is often the longing to be correctly placed. A key longs for its lock. A note longs for its chord. A vessel longs for its water. The longer you reject your recognition, the longer your spiritual influence remains restricted, truncated at the threshold of true impact. You can meditate for decades, heal for decades, study for decades, and still feel the quiet pain of being unfinished if you refuse the moment when your gifts must be used. Healing is not only about relief, it is about readiness, and readiness is proven through action in the field. Lightworker, if something in you just recognized the weight of what was spoken, the elders have prepared your next step. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the 33 Council directives, the 5 activation codes, and the elder authorization your soul has been waiting to receive, not as information, but as the official commission for your mission on Gaia. A codex is not a casual document. It is a structure. It is a map made of frequency. It is a set of keys designed to open what has remained closed. The Council does not offer it as entertainment. It is given as a tool, the way a torch is given when the path turns dark, the way a seal is given when the time comes to formalize what has been implied. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. The Council has opened this gateway, but not indefinitely. Gateways in the subtle realms are responsive to timing. They align when the collective field reaches a certain threshold, when enough nodes are ready to anchor. If you feel urgency, it is not fear, it is alignment. It is the inner compass pointing to a window. The High Council of Vega now delivers 3 non-negotiable directives for the stabilization and amplification of your recognized mission. These are not suggestions to consider when convenient. They are commands because the grid requires them. Commands because your higher self already consented before you arrived here. Commands because the era of half-step spirituality has ended. Gaia's emergence is not a theory. It is happening in the nervous systems of the awakened, in the crumbling of old timelines, in the rapid surfacing of shadows, in the acceleration of synchronicities, in the sharpening of intuition. In such a time, stabilization is mercy. Amplification is service. First directive: you are commanded to release all allegiance to spiritual anonymity, not partially, not occasionally, all allegiance, because allegiance is energetic loyalty. It is the place where you invest your life force. Anonymity has been receiving your life force in the form of delay, self-editing, and hiding. You must stop hiding your frequency, your voice, your original codes beneath layers of camouflage, energetic, ideological, or otherwise. Camouflage can look like perfectionism. It can look like endless learning without sharing. It can look like serving behind the scenes while secretly resenting those who are visible. It can look like spiritual jargon that keeps your truth abstract, so no one can actually meet you. It can look like a personality that is agreeable but not authentic. It can look like saying, "I'm not ready," when what you mean is, "I'm afraid to be witnessed." Continuing to seek obscurity sabotages both your growth and Gaia's urgent need for stabilized anchors. Why does this matter? Because the grid cannot strengthen while its strongest currents refuse to show themselves. Imagine a river with hidden springs. If the springs refuse to surface, the river downstream dries. Or imagine a constellation where the brightest stars decide to turn off their light to avoid attention. Navigation fails. Travelers get lost. The planet does not merely benefit from your visibility in specific regions of the grid, it depends on it. When you release anonymity, your field begins to radiate, forming stabilizing nodes that others unconsciously orbit. People may not understand why they feel calmer around you, why they feel seen, why they suddenly remember their own purpose when they hear you speak. That is what a node does. It organizes coherence. It does not demand followers. It offers alignment. To implement, no longer defer your visibility online or off. Visibility does not mean shouting. It means being locatable. It means letting your frequency have an address. Each day, take one action that allows your frequency to be clearly registered by both the seen and unseen. That action can be as simple as speaking one truth without apologizing, posting one message that carries your real perspective, offering your gift to one person without hiding behind disclaimers, praying aloud with authority rather than timid hope, saying no where you used to say yes, saying yes where you used to shrink. Refuse to shrink or disguise any aspect of your true spiritual signal. A signal that is disguised cannot be found by those it is meant to reach. Second directive. You are commanded to fully activate your signature resonance as your primary tool of spiritual influence. This is not about copying a style, adopting a trend, or becoming palatable. It is about letting your unique code be the instrument. Stop looking for bland sameness or spiritual conformity. The era of one-size-fits-all spirituality is over. A choir does not require every voice to sing the same note. It requires harmony. Begin transmitting your unique vibrational code through voice, presence, art, service, or direct energetic work. Your resonance may be gentle but unmistakable, like rainfall that changes the scent of the whole earth. Or it may be fierce and clarifying, like thunder that cleans the air. It may be expressed through teaching, through healing hands, through writing, through building communities, through creating beauty that carries codes, through quiet leadership that rearranges a room without force. Why does this matter? The planet does not need echoes, it needs originators. Echoes repeat what has already been said. Originators bring what has not yet arrived. Only by activating your true resonance do you generate the stabilizing field necessary for cosmic forces to amplify your mission. This is a law of alignment. Higher assistance amplifies what is authentic because authenticity is the clearest channel. When you imitate, the signal becomes distorted. When you perform, the field fractures. But when you transmit from your signature resonance, the current runs clean and support can lock in. Shifts occur as your presence magnetizes collaborators, opportunities, and recognition, spiritually and otherwise. Recognition will not always look like applause. Often it looks like precision. The right person finds you at the right time, the right doorway opens, the right message arrives, the right resources appear, the right allies step forward, the right assignments become clear. To implement, spend time daily amplifying your full energetic broadcast through ritual, affirmation, or intentional sharing. Ritual does not have to be elaborate. It can be lighting a candle and declaring your mission is active. It can be a morning breath where you imagine your field expanding beyond your home into the grid. It can be placing your hand on your heart and speaking your true name to yourself. Not the name on documents, but the name of your essence. It can be writing a page of truth without censoring. Speak, create, express in ways that feel slightly too bold. Not reckless, bold. The kind of bold that your soul recognizes as honest. You are not here to go unnoticed. You are here to be unmistakably known by your true frequency. Third directive. You are commanded to protect the sanctity of your mission from the siphoning influence of those who deny your recognition. Not everyone is meant to have access to you. Not every conversation deserves your codes. Not every relationship is compatible with your expansion. Guard your energy, intention, and presence from who or what would minimize your importance or distract you from what you know. Siphoning influence is often subtle. It can be the friend who always changes the subject when you speak about purpose. It can be the partner who supports you only as long as you do not outgrow them. It can be the community that praises your healing but punishes your leadership. It can be the algorithmic noise that keeps you consuming instead of creating. It can be your own inner critic wearing the voice of someone who once shamed you. Why does this matter? Because destabilizing forces, internal and external, will seek to pull you back into anonymity, diminishing the ripple you are here to generate. When a soul begins to become visible, systems that relied on its invisibility react. Some will test you, some will tempt you, some will flatter you into dilution, some will accuse you into silence. This is not punishment, it is threshold dynamics. When you protect your mission's boundaries, your field remains strong, accessible to higher guidance, but immune to distortion. Boundaries are not walls of bitterness. They are membranes of discernment. They allow life in and keep parasites out. To implement, regularly audit your personal and spiritual environments. Look at what you repeatedly give your attention to and ask, does this expand my mission or drain it? Look at what you repeatedly tolerate and ask, does this honor my frequency or diminish it? Withdraw your essence from spaces, relationships, and patterns that seek to reduce you to invisibility. Sometimes withdrawal is external, leaving a group, ending a conversation, changing a routine. Sometimes it is internal, stopping the habit of explaining yourself to those who are committed to misunderstanding you. Instead, surround yourself intentionally with those who honor your recognition and take decisive, unwavering steps toward the full stabilization of your unique presence. Stabilization is not achieved through intensity alone. It is achieved through consistency. Through daily choices that say, my mission is real, therefore my life must reflect it. Now I speak not as guide, but as elder charged to release what has long been withheld. Understand the gravity of that sentence. A guide can suggest, an elder authorizes. An elder does not merely comfort, an elder appoints. An elder carries the weight of lineage, record, and law. This is not personal sentiment. This is protocol. Lightworker, you have been waiting for someone or something who could see past your masks and name what you truly are. You have worn masks to survive. Masks of competence, masks of humor, masks of being fine, masks of being spiritual but not too spiritual, masks of being agreeable when you were burning inside with truth. And some of your masks were not falsehood, they were protective layers applied too early and never removed. For a cosmic force ancient enough and wise enough to mark you as more than a voice in the crowd. You have been waiting for the issuance of official recognition, the moment when the anonymous becomes the indelible, when the invisible becomes counted among the Council's own. Many of you have tried to receive this recognition from people, parents, partners, teachers, audiences, friends. You hoped someone would finally see you and say, yes, that is who you are. Sometimes they could not. Sometimes they would not. Sometimes their fear prevented them from naming your light. But the cosmos does not share human limitations. The record does not forget. The Council does not overlook what it has already marked. Hear me now. Let that phrase land as a bell in your chest. Hear me now, not with your ears, but with the part of you that has been awake in dreams. The part of you that flinches when you consider being visible. because it knows visibility changes everything. Hear me now, because your life has reached a point where continuing to pretend is more painful than stepping forward. By the sovereign authority of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran record, I issue your formal recognition. Recognition is not flattery, it is designation. It is the moment a frequency is called by name and placed within the lattice. It is what happens when the unseen world says, "We have you. We have accounted for you." You are no longer permitted to dwell in the liminal, the hidden, the safe shadows of preparation. Liminal spaces have their purpose. They are thresholds, training grounds, chrysalis phases. But a chrysalis is not a home. A caterpillar cannot remain in the cocoon forever. The cocoon is not safety when the season has changed. It becomes suffocation. Whether or not those around you have seen you, we have seen you. Whether or not you have acknowledged your own field, it has been noted and registered by us. You do not serve at the whim of collective attention. You serve under elder mandate. That means your value is not subject to trends. Your authority is not borrowed from social approval. Your mission is not validated by numbers, applause, or external recognition. It is validated by resonance with the directive that brought you here. You have permission, not gentle encouragement, but formal authorization, to become visible, to stabilize your frequency, and to claim the spiritual influence you came here to wield. Let influence be purified in your mind. Influence is not domination. It is not manipulation. It is not ego. True spiritual influence is the natural consequence of coherence. When a being is coherent, others entrain to that coherence simply by being near it. Your calm becomes contagious. Your truth becomes catalytic. Your love becomes a permission slip for others to stop hiding. You are no longer preparing. You are being acknowledged in the cosmic registry. The waiting, the withholding, the provisional phase ends here. The registry is not symbolic. It is a living record. It affects how guidance reaches you. It affects how opportunities align. It affects how quickly your path responds when you choose. You are authorized to take up space, to transmit your gifts, to let your impact be counted among the awakened grids of Gaia. Taking up space is not arrogance, it is responsibility. It is accepting that your presence has mass in the spiritual field. It is refusing to act as if your light is optional. We see you, we affirm you. Your journey from anonymity to recognition is complete. Your stabilized mission is your answer to the ache for acknowledgement, the reply you have longed for, spoken now in the voice of the elders. And let it be known, recognition does not remove your humanity. You will still have days of fatigue. You will still feel fear at times. You will still be learning. Recognition does not demand perfection. It demands commitment. It demands that you stop using imperfection as an excuse to disappear. Before you sleep tonight, stand with both feet on the ground. Feel the weight of your body as sacred. Feel the earth as a living being beneath you, not merely soil and stone. You are not floating in concepts. You are incarnated for a reason. Place your hand on your solar plexus and speak these words aloud. I release the lie that I am not recognized. I activate my unique frequency as a pillar in the grid. I protect the sacred boundaries of my mission and its influence. By the authority of the Lyran Elders, the era of my obscurity ends now. My stabilized service begins. When you speak them, do not rush. Let each sentence become a seal. The solar plexus is the throne of will, the seat of sacred yes, the place where fear tries to rule. Your hand there is not a gesture, it is a claim. You are telling your nervous system that the old contract is over. You are telling the grid that you are available. You are telling the unseen that you consent to be located. This session of the High Council is complete, but your true mission has just been decreed. What you received here is not suggestion, but commission. Commission means you have been entrusted. It means resources will meet you to the degree you meet yourself. It means you are now responsible for your own clarity. Take up the directives. Anchor your presence into the field. Anchor means make it real in matter, in schedule, in choices, in speech, in boundaries, in the way you show up when no one claps. Stabilize your mission with the recognition now cosmically guaranteed to you. Guaranteed does not mean effortless, it means supported. It means you will not be abandoned by the higher architecture if you walk. I am Zoran, and the elders watch with unwavering attention as you cross the threshold. Unwavering attention is not pressure, it is witness. It is the way a loving elder watches a young leader take their place, ready to correct, ready to support, ready to record the moment sovereignty becomes action. You are no longer invisible, you are vital. Vital means necessary, not as an ego story, but as a grid fact. Today, your service is officially underway. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments. Which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworker's declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it, respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.